Welcome back to Forgotten in Time. Today, we embark on an enchanting journey to a stunning Pink Lady Victorian home nestled in the heart of East Georgia. Dating back to the 1900s, this remarkable residence has been cherished through generations and passed down lovingly within the family since its inception. The great-grandparents, along with the grandparents, played pivotal roles in the community, actively participating in various local initiatives. In the early 1980s, tragedy struck when a fire threatened the home, but fortunately, it was extinguished before extensive damage occurred, necessitating a significant remodeling effort. The family dedicated nearly 2 years to restore the home to its former glory. But sadly, in the early 1990s, the grandparents passed away just 2 years apart. The early 2000s brought further heartache as the mother succumbed to lung complications, followed closely by the father. The last residents, the daughter and her partner, called this home until the mid-2000s, when it was declared uninhabitable until repairs could be made. Now the home stands abandoned and decaying, but efforts are underway in collaboration with the Historical Society to revive this cherished landmark to its original splendor. Alright guys, we're here. We're back at the 1900's Victorian house up in East Georgia. This is going to be a special little video here. I posted my other one. I took it down. There was a lot of comments stating that really all I looked at was the junk, which in my opinion, not really. A lot of this stuff is somebody's belongings, and a lot of it is old stuff, but they didn't like the fact that I didn't show a lot of the architecture of the house and a lot of the details and stuff. So we're gonna go read through this house with y'all, and I'm gonna show you everything that I can in the amount of time that I've got. So here we go. We're walking into what we call the presidential room right here. You can see some of the detail in the woodwork here, as well as down here, kind of building its way up to a nice little staircase. And if you kind of look up a little bit, the detail to a little overhead leading into this room right here. You can kind of tell this place did have some lead paint going on. It's slowly starting to deteriorate. I mean, a lot of this stuff was sealed off, maybe people trying to break in or whatever the case was, but it's all wood. It's all crafted wood. It's double pane, or actually single pane glass, but you could tell it's the original glass in the building because you kind of have like slight little morph when you're looking through it, and that's the way that old glass was. Nowadays, glass is perfectly see-through. You don't get any of the morph at all. So it's actually pretty nice. I'll bring you over here, this little chair right here. You've got a lovely little small rocking chair for a kid here. And it's all wood as well too, handcrafted. You've got, a lovely fabric back here. And check this out, guys. So I'm assuming, I don't 100% know, but I feel like what that would be was after you got done burning in the fireplace, then you would take the ashes right before you restoke the fire, and you would put it in there, and then you can take that whole thing out and dump the ashes. Well, you can see some of it's kind of intricate. A lot of the stuff in this house, I will tell you, is not 100% from the original house. We've dug into it a little bit more since the last time I was here, and we have found that it is a generational house. So since it was built, it has been passed down family member to family member, generation to generation. But back probably early 70s, 80s, the house did have a fire, and it took a couple years of remodeling the house to kind of get it back to where it was
I'll actually show you at least one of the pictures of what the house looked like when they finally finished remodeling it after the fire. But I'm going to keep traveling through. Um, it kind of looks like I said, it's a generational house. So there's stuff from all different generations here. I mean, you have VHSs, you have CDs, you know, getting into the newer style stuff. You've got record players here. Um, Old TVs, old tube TVs here. And we'll travel over here for you a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what this is right here. Maybe it's just like a little side table. But there's no doors or anything. Nothing opens there. I don't think, but I do like this right here. It's, you know, it's on the newer side. It's not too old, but I do like the little carve out there. It's the little details that really count in a lot of these places, but it's still nice to, you know, I mean, look at some of the old belongings from these people. You know, throughout the house you'll see a lot of unicorns too. And I did find out that I guess it was either the last generation that was in this house or the generation before. It was a LGBTQ couple, and they lived here up until I believe it was like 2009, 2010, and then that was like the last known family that lived here, as far as we could tell anyway. You can see the nice. I do love this front door though. This front door is amazing. You see all the light that can come through. You can definitely tell that this is a newer style door too, because this is not glass. This is like a fiber, like a plexiglass. But it looks like they did try to reuse a lot of the stuff for it. I mean, even the doorbell here as well. Take you around. You got your coat rack coming into the house, like the details in it. It's all engraved. I mean, I'm sure it was probably like cast, but it's still pretty nice to look at. Look over here. Stuff. I know some of y'all definitely remember this in music class. They taught you how to do little tunes on this. We'll head on into this room right here. So this room right here, I think, was kind of sort of like a study room that eventually led into kind of just throwing junk around. And what I'm kind of thinking is maybe after the last person passed, maybe the next generation of the family, they couldn't keep up with the repairs of the house, because it is in like dismay. It's falling apart pretty bad. But they just kind of started cleaning everything out that they could. And then eventually just got to the point where they took what they wanted and then just kind of left everything else behind. You have a lot of Bible books in here, a lot of encyclopedias, different kinds too, from different companies. Scroll down through there, and then this right here, I'm not sure, but I love the cover of this book right here. It's not a Bible, it's some sort of like study guide, I think. But the person was definitely a collector of books. There's books from like 1901 in this place. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and call this the pink room because of how pink it is. But you see, like this right here is, I mean, this glass is definitely on the older style. You can tell newer glass, it's just got a different look. Even when it's completely cleaned, it's just got a way different look to it. But they were a collector of a lot of older furniture, or like I said, it's generational, so maybe a lot of it came from the families. And you have your old fireplace back there that they got the plate on, and then I guess opted for like an electric or gas heater. You got this little statue going on here. What doesn't make sense to me in this room is the little horse going on. It doesn't match anything, but like I said, it might have been because they're just throwing stuff around. And this one was kind of interesting to me. It doesn't tell you anything about it at all. But it's a ledger with just first or maybe last names in it. And it doesn't tell you like years or anything. Nothing. It's just a ledger. Doesn't tell you really what it's about. And then obviously you have your little electric organ going on here. We'll go ahead and travel a little bit further into here. I mean, this was at least, I don't know, this was definitely before the 60s, if y'all could see that. I mean, you got your knobs for volume and control, and then to like change through the channels and everything here. You can see that staircase goes up pretty far. But I do like this little painting right here, though. Whoever did this, I mean, you can feel the textures in it, and then they also kind of added, you can see they kind of added a little bit of like carpet or some type of fiber to it and paint it with it. It's actually kind of nice. But see, here we go again. You got your unicorns. They really like their unicorns here. I don't know if that has any significance to the community or not. But, I mean, this right here, this piece of furniture, definitely Victorian-ish style. But it's definitely seen better days. You could tell something's been getting a hold of it. Maybe even the dog, because it looks like they did have a dog here as well. And old puppy dog won some awards too. 1986 Chamber of Commerce Smallest Pet, and you can actually see the little puppy right next to it too. So a lot of this stuff definitely is on the older side, like it belongs. Even look, you can see in here all the old records and everything, the record storage. And I'm assuming, I don't want to take it off, but I'm assuming this pops up and there's probably a record player inside of there. Let's head on in here. Somebody's trying to play some creepy music going on here with a Ouija board. I don't mess with those things, guys, but you can see the details in this little fireplace area too. It's almost like a rope or chain or something that was put in there. I don't know if this is 100%. Like I said, I don't know if it's 100% original. From the photos, it doesn't look like the place burned down like really, really bad, you know? But at the same time, you know, I'm sure there's stuff that they couldn't save. You see the old wooden shutters. These are definitely on the newer side, but I can't get them open. But it's all wood paneling, almost like you would see like in the old trailers, you know, with the wood paneling that they would put up. But I do like these, the little brass for the light bulbs. But still, some of the other stuff in here, even though it's not 1900 style, guys, it's still amazing to look at. Like, the amount of time and the amount of generations this house went through to be able to collect all of this stuff is just amazing. And the fact that it was all kept as well. You don't see TVs like that anymore. And this carpet right here, like, I don't know why, but this carpet really does match the dark wood. It really does. Like, I don't care what anybody says there. It definitely matches it. You come over here and you can see this is where I guess the family kept all their little board games. I never heard of this before. You know, I remember the game where it had like just the little sticks that you would pull out, or the little boards that you would pull out until it fell over. But I don't remember seeing one like that where it had like a bunch of different shapes and designs. But you got all different kinds of board games, puzzles up there at the top. Now this is definitely an older style. I've seen some of these in some of the old farmhouses that I've been to, that I've seen nothing touched in since like this, like the early 50s. Like, it's just off in the woods somewhere, just completely covered in trees, falling apart. We'll come over here. Got a nice little queen size bed here. Ouija games. Got yourself a little couch area there. That's definitely like I would say, late 70s, early 80s. Or maybe late 60s, mid 70s style chair color right there. But all the computer monitors, like, I don't understand the computer monitors in here. Either somebody really enjoyed computers, or they just, you know, computer after computer died and they never got rid of them. The old army jackets here. Old jackets, and you can see now this staircase right here is definitely, like, it's all wood. Yeah, it's definitely handmade too. Like, just by the cuts and everything and the type of wood that it is, it's definitely not prefabricated. But somebody definitely liked to sketch here, because you have this one right here, which is pretty lovely, but then you got kind of like a weird, I don't know, like you hate yourself, or like you got bad depression or anxiety or something in here. We got the other explorer there in the kitchen, so I'm going to go around to the other bedroom on the other side, and we'll show you that one real quick. And then in here, we'll take a little scroll around though. Definitely a little bit on the stranger side for the color scheme, but like, that's what I don't get anymore. Like, houses nowadays, the ceiling, like, you can almost touch the ceilings with your hands, unless you're getting like a massive house. But it seemed like all houses from like the 18 to 1900s, they all had like ginormous roofs. And even with installing fans, or even when they had chandeliers, they had like amazing like designs up on there as well. But they seem to do that, you see here too as well. They like bricked all of that up and then just turned it into an electric or propane. It is propane actually. I can see the piping going through, but propane style heating systems. Nice little vintage mirror. A couple of details going around there. I do like this though. I didn't notice this the first time I was here, but that kind of goes into the whole room atmosphere as well. Let's see. Not sure what that is. It kind of looks like, yeah, I guess it's one of them little spindles with all the wire around it and everything. I'd really like to know about this chair. I wonder if it was like one of the last spots before the family member passed or not, because it looks like somebody just threw it back up on there and just left it that way, which is kind of crazy to me. But if you come over here, you can see, I think these might be like the grandparents right here. Doesn't look like it. Well, it being 2024, maybe they were great grandparents. There's a lot of photos. Like if you check, I mean, some of the old glasses in here. Like whoever had this little desk right here definitely enjoyed tinkering with stuff. Definitely enjoyed it for sure. All these parts, like, I mean, you have your computer parts and everything, but there's a lot of stuff with learning how to do stuff on the computers, and then going through some of the drawers here. You know, you can see a lot of stuff taken apart. Same with down here too. There's a lot of stuff taken apart. I think it's all computer stuff though that's been taken apart. So somebody definitely enjoyed that. But if you go through here, you can see where somebody, whether maybe it was the grandparents or something, went up and started rebuilding. And then this as well. This is actually on the other side of the house. So some of it doesn't really look too burnt down. And here's the house from the side. Looks nothing like this now. The entire yard is just overgrown. And then that addition to the house, that's on the back side of the house. But this whole porch area right here is just falling apart. And then here's another photo right here. And then we go right here. Some of the family members here, and I think, from what I'm understanding, is like two of these people. I don't know. Two of these people are from a band and from Athens as well. But I won't show her any more of the photos there. Some of them are kind of personal photos. Then we got some older photos here. I'm not sure how old these are, but definitely one of the family members for sure. And here is the house when they had it fixed back up after the fire happened. Like, it was a beautiful home, and as you can see by the thumbnail on the video that I'm going to post, it's just deteriorated. It's just falling apart. I can't show you what's on the ground there. There is a lot of look at that. Look at that style though. You don't see stuff like that anymore. Walking around, it's pretty cool. But still an old little, I don't even know, like cabinet dresser set, I'm assuming. Can't show you what's down in there. Like I said, there's some nude magazines and everything. But I do like all the window drapes and everything too. They match the style of the house for sure. But it looked like they did reuse like all the doors that they could. 95% of the doors are all like the same style. You even have like the old porcelain doorknobs on there as well. So they definitely tried to save as much as they could. It's just a little closet area, but it's pretty cool. It's built in. I don't know if I can see that. I don't see too many people wearing those anymore. And then here's a little love note. I'll hover over it. Maybe y'all can see it in the video and read it. You can pause if you want to and go through it, but there's a lot of little love notes in here too. All your day-to-day tanning stuff and essential oils and perfumes. We come to here, and this right here will lead us into the back of the house right here. You come here, and that's where we just were with the steps leading up. And then you come through here, and I think this is kind of where they have their washer and dryer out here on the back side. There's a lot of medicine for dogs in this house too, so I'm not 100% sure what that's all about. Maybe they have a sick puppy. Little outdoor sink right here. And then, I'm not really sure what this is. Looks like glass tubes. I'm sure they might have taken this from like a louder. There we go. Get it open for y'all. Look at that old school helmet right there. There's just a bunch of little knickknacks from around the years. Old keys that probably don't go with anymore. But coming in here, it's a weird setup for the kitchen area. You've got a dresser just in the middle of the room. You've got your nice little dining room set here with, you got your wood back here, but then like a wicker style seating right there. And then if you look, like, it doesn't even go all the way up to the ceiling, which makes no sense to me. It just stops like midway through the room. But you got your entire kitchen area here. Looks like you had another fireplace here at one point, or maybe in this portion of it, because I think this is the older side of the house, a lot older. Maybe instead of like a fireplace being here, I'm thinking maybe they had like a wood stove here, and then they had piping that probably came up and went into that hole right there, and then vented, you know, the heat traveled through the metal pipes of the house, and then the smoke came up outside of the house. Nothing too fancy here. Nothing too fancy. Just a lot of old kitchenware. But you could tell from the house being from the 1900s, just the amount of stuff that they've added on to it, things that they've installed from, you know, newer eras, from the 50s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. It's just all mixed mashed into one house, which is, to me, it's pretty cool. It's not like you just run into a house. And check these things out, guys. Well, that one's empty, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Straw Light beer. Still full. Still full of beer. Can't see a date on this anymore, but let's see what we got here. San Francisco cable car. But it was always like that. I mean, you always had, see, and you can see up here too, they had a little bit of woodworking going on up there, but still the really tall ceilings and then the kind of short doorways, like this one right here. Like this, the camera's almost mid to my chest, and the door's just right there, or the doorway's just right there. You're about to hit your head on it. Now this part I found pretty cool. I don't know if y'all remember these growing up, but we have a collection of these at the house that we got. I can't remember where we got them from. I don't know if it was like a McDonald's thing. I don't remember. But You look around though, and it's just a bunch of like old vintage stuff in here. Black orchid, probably perfume there, and then you got some vanilla musk. They kept a lot of old school stuff around here. And then also collectible stuff too. Like they don't make these type of boxes anymore for SpongeBob cereal. But if you come over here, it's just like a collection of all different kinds. Like some of these beers are all full. Some of these Coke and Pepsi cans, they're all full. And there's some stuff that I've never even heard of before. Like, let's see what we got here. Like right here, Caribbean Cool. I've never heard of that before. It's open, but. And then right here, I've never heard of this. Just Whistle. It's like a no salt, sodium, or caffeine soda. I'm not 100% sure on that. But then you got this right here is full. That's definitely a lot. And then I've never seen Pepsi like that before. Like I don't know how old it is. Like I can't tell what that, like what the date is on them. I don't know if y'all can see these. If y'all can really tell me what, like, when these came out, let me know. Because there's really no dates on them. You got Lost Energy. I know some people, that's kind of on the newer side. But they kind of stopped selling around this area for some reason. And then back here, you have more Coke products, beer bottles, old Sobeys, unopened Pepsi cans and stuff. But I wanted to show you all this. So this area right here, somebody must have came in here after I did. But this is where you can definitely tell was the oldest part of the building, for sure. Like 100%. I mean, if you look at it, like the style of the doors and everything going on. Old school radios in here. I mean, you have right here from weather stripping, waterproofing stripping, and it looked like on there it said 1920. And then you walk over here, you guys can check this out. This is like one of them old 60s, 70s style like kitchen TVs that they would have up on the countertops just to watch like whatever news is happening for the day. But this is definitely the oldest portion of the house here. Somebody had it locked up, but I guess from the time I was here last month until now, somebody has definitely came in here. You can see that like the foundation, or maybe that was the little backing to where the fire area was, and it's starting to crack apart. You've got all your cast iron dishes and cookingware. Alright, but yeah, you have all your old school cookware and everything. You come around here, you got just nothing but old oil lamps going on here. And then I'm going to swivel it up. You can see it's tearing apart up there, but if you look at a lot of the wood, I guess it was still usable, but you can tell where it had been burnt, and they just reused some of it because it didn't get too bad when they redid the place. Ooh. Gotta be careful guys when you come to these places. Floors and everything. Alright, let's walk you around over here. Go into this room here. This nice little antique dresser. A little intricate. To me, unless you're rich now and you can afford it, they don't make stuff like this anymore. Alright, anyway guys, let's go back around to the other side. I'll go ahead. Alright guys, let's go around. I'm going to go ahead and shut this door so nothing can kind of get in here. Especially because these windows are all cracked. We're going to come through here and we are going to head up the steps. And you see just some of these nice little pictures that they got in here. And as you can see up here too, this is again the decoration on the wood, all the archways and everything. And then coming up, large staircase here. And we are on the top floor now. It's extremely hot up here, but as y'all know, heat rises. But even up here, there's still massive book collection. But you do have some more family photos here. Old Farmer's Almanac and everything. Did read a letter. I guess maybe someone in the family either lied about me in the military service, or maybe they just heard it through particular family members. But there was a letter from the United States government, I guess, replying back to one of the family members here about an inquiry, and they let them know that that person had never actually been in the military before. But I mean, see some of the stuff, like 1967 from Pennsylvania. You still got some more old photographs. But I'm thinking, you can see here, like you've got the old metal style frame here, and the old wood box. Everybody knows what logo that is right there. Look, $69.50. You don't ever find mattresses like that anymore. But if you look over here, like it's got like an area that comes up where you can't fall off, and it kind of looked like it had one on this side but had been taken off. So I'm assuming one of the family members was really sick, probably from smoking. There's so many ashtrays in this house, it's ridiculous. I mean, that was just a thing back in the day to smoke, but the amount of ashtrays all over this house. But you can definitely tell that they were sick, some sort of lung condition or something. There was a lot of like albuterol inhalation stuff. So this one right here from 1967, and then you have some more old photographs here of some of the family. Looked like they were on a boat there. Handsome young feller. And then we have some more right here. And there's a baby picture right here. And another baby picture here. Follow this one here. We have another one here. And an old cardboard style casing. Here. And I'm not sure what this is, guys, but if you could, let me know if you know what it is. There's like a bunch of different metal instruments in here, and then you have like something that has sort of like a ruler on there as well. Maybe it has something to do with the sewing table. I don't know 100%, but it looks like a lot of the stuff in here is for sewing. There's a lot of like quilts. There's like these little guys right here. When you get done with the needle, you just stick it back in there for later. And then you have this one here as well, the pin cube. So somebody, maybe this is where they came to sew up and everything. And then you come through here, this leads into another portion of the attic here. I'm trying to be careful where I step, but you can see that's old wood and everything that they used. And I'm not sure what this is called right there, but they stuff it in between the joints, the joint slabs and everything there. But all the old wicker style furniture just rotting away in this place. Just rotting away. You have this lovely old wooden headboard here. Like I said, I feel like, you know, like since it was in the family for generations, they definitely tried to preserve it the best that they could. But unfortunately, you know, things happen. You look right here though, look at this picture right here. I wish it had a name or something that I can go off of, but that is an amazing little portrait right there. There's not a whole lot more in here, and this is right above the area that burnt, so I don't want to travel around on this too much, guys. I'm going to come back in here, and we'll go into the next room upstairs. Go over here to the right, got another TV, more wooden doors that lead to just pretty much old dresses and everything sitting in here. And then over here, you've just pretty much got blankets, but it's all kind of falling apart. You can see rodents have gotten in here and started destroying stuff. And I'm not sure what this is right here, actually. Oh, you can, well, looks like you got mail and stuff in here. And some other things. I'll show you all the names of the mail. Sorry, guys. And then you have this nice little bathroom. You have the old style crank. You crank it and it opened up. So you get some airflow going through. But this is falling apart in here too. There's another one right here. I love these old style doors though, like just the keys for them. I mean, you really couldn't keep too many people out with that. There's only like a select few keys around the world at that point in time, unless you got something specially made. But if we come into here, this looks just like the storage area. Not a whole lot in here. I mean, there's a lot in here, but just not a whole lot to show. But you do have these old style wooden chests here, like all over. You got one there, another one there, another one down there. Old leather suitcases. You got another one of them chests here. Old bed frame and everything. You can see that just paint peeling off the walls in here. And that old tall ceiling from these older houses. But you can definitely, like I said, you can tell it's a collection from everybody. A lot of this stuff you don't see anymore. And it looks like a lot of it's been taken apart too, but the components aren't missing, so you know it's not somebody just trying to steal copper or anything out of these. It just maybe looks like somebody either used to take them apart to fix them, or took them apart to fix other ones. You got another little chest here, old school chest, and this one actually, like when it popped up, you got a little area here to put stuff in as well. And then you got your old military canteen here. But I found this interesting too. You check this out, see if I can get it open. You have an old cigarette box with some old Philip Morris cigarettes in it. Nothing in there, it's been used, but it's still pretty cool. And then you've got this old style purse, all jingly, with a little mirror in there, looks like, yeah. And then down here, Looks like you have, yeah, it looked like a powder brush. I guess that's what you'd call that. And dusting powder. Yeah, these, I don't know what these are, to be honest with you. Huh. This is like a really old pill bottle right here. Smith Drug Company in Augusta, Georgia. That's like an hour drive away from here. Tint and dye kits. Creams. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. I really want to know what this is. It doesn't tell you though. But you got some old little jugs back there with liquid still inside of them. Alright. Let's go in here into the next little area. Let's see what we got. There's nothing in that closet, guys. I've already checked. It's actually completely empty. Further down, and then you have a little nice seating area with a little wicker chair going on here. Your lamp seat. You got some more books laying there. And then this is like another whole junk room right here as well. You've got another little fireplace area. And then it's just nothing but collection of junk and, not really junk, personal items that were left by the family. Still you have old photographs. Look at this old mirror right here. Like, you don't see that kind of stuff anymore. And there's like a lot of old board games over here too, like the Mystery of Zodiac. That's an old game right there. I don't even know how you play it, but that's just like a bunch of collections of different things. Here we go right here. And turn to us for the great taste of Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know what I'm saying? Your old, what is that called? Cricket set? I think that's cricket. No, I don't know what that's called. If you guys know, let me know. For some reason, I wanted to say cricket, but I don't think that that's what that is. We have another picture here too. I've seen this little girl around the house a lot, so I don't know if that was like the grandmother when she was young, or the mother when she was young. And then this room right here is just full of more junk here as well. And look at this, Milledgeville, Georgia. Now, these people definitely traveled all over the world, but this is like a graduation or prom style dress. And then here's one of the ladies right here I was telling you about. She was in the relationship with the other woman. They called her BJ. Old school for the kids, a little tool toter. But all of these old style chairs and everything, man. Just laying here to collect dust. Laying here collecting dust. Nobody's doing anything with them. But just the size of these rooms in these older houses were massive, man. Like my room was probably from that side of the door to like that side of the wall to maybe that side of the wall to, I would say, probably midway in between these two little windows right here. And that was it. That's what I had. But situations like that is what makes you strong. Is what makes families stick together too. And look at these. Those have got to be at least, I would say, 30, 40 years old for sure. some of it is, I guess, just collectible junk too. But then you have this old Stinger. I don't know if it's Stinger or not, but a little sewing table here too with a foot pedal on it. And your little wash up area right there. You would pour the hot water in there, and you'd use a little rag to wipe yourself down. And you'd have like a small little towel or a cloth that you would clean yourself up with. But I'll give you all the view from over here. And then going straight that way. Alright guys, that was the end of this location. I hope you enjoyed this location. One more thing. You can see what I'm talking about in this glass, where there was like imperfections in the glass, and you can see right here too where it gets like kind of wavy. You might not be able to see that, but a lot of the older glass used to do that because it wasn't, you know, perfection. Looks like you even got somebody that shot like a BB or a pellet through it, and that's how strong this glass is. Even though it was not perfect, it was still sturdy. But yeah guys, so that's the end of this exploration here. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this time I satisfied a couple more people, showed them a little bit more of, you know, the actual house, along with obviously some of the items. You have to show the items as well. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to click that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time.